Hi, this is Second Story Garage. We're here with Shel. And and you came here to play music, but before we talk about that, I just want to ask about the hat, if I can, because, well, you all sometimes wear hats, because here's their album. They're all wearing hats, and you make these, right?
I do.
All right, tell me about that.
Well, we decided that these are the crowns for those brave enough to pioneer their own imaginations. It's just the idea that every person on this planet, I think is capable of brilliance. Mm-hmm. It's just a matter of whether or not you're given the opportunity or even maybe the inspiration to dig deep and find it and create something. I think we were all made to create. Yeah. So.
That's beautiful.
That's
and I think that expresses just that.
She's the brains behind the hats, clearly.
Mm-hmm.
Or the brains in the hat.
What if the hat was the brain?
Oh my gosh.
That'd be scary.
It's getting weird.
The brains in the
Sorry.
I'm not going to stop you.
We just started and it's already weird.
I listen to that. All right. So anyway, you do play music besides making hats.
Yes.
And I was reading on your website you were talking about your influences. You've all been playing music since you were small, right? And you list your influences like the Beatles, Bob Dylan, and then Harry Nilsson was next. And I was like, wait a minute, who's it? And then something coconut was going through my head.
Yeah,
Put the lime in the coconut.
So it was such an obscure reference. So what was it about Nilsson that turned
Oh my
you on?
gosh.
He has this movie called,
It's a rock opera called The Point.
Really?
Ringo Starr narrated it because they actually made an animation of it, but he released it as
I need to see this.
It's so good.
we have
it will change your
super
life.
hipster parents, so they showed us a bunch of stuff.
Well,
hippies.
But now they would be classified as hipsters because,
Yeah.
that thing, nobody knows about that. It's called The Point.
Yeah, it's so good.
Okay.
I love the music
I
in there.
need to catch up on my cultural obscurities.
so good.
If you really want to know about him, there's a documentary on Netflix. It's called Who is Harry Nilsson and Why is Everyone Talking About Him?
Really?
And it's so good. It's one of the best music documentaries I've ever seen.
Really?
Are we the only
Fascinating.
people that are talking about him, though?
No. It's a
Netflix?
growing sensation.
You can actually watch. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
You can actually watch The Point too on YouTube. It's on there in 10 parts.
Yeah,
All right.
I've done
it's
that.
wonderful.
Little plug for Harry Nilsson. Okay, let's get back to you guys. So you have one album out now.
Mm-hmm.
And we should say you're all sisters, too, from Fort Collins. And,
Correct.
But speaking of your folks, your dad at least was a musician, too. Is that how, it seems like that's how all this got started, right?
Yeah, he's a singer-songwriter, Andrew Holbrook, and we grew up going to his shows, and we all started playing around 10. We're pretty close in age. A few of us are a year apart. So around 9, 10, we all started playing instruments, and we'd get up on stage and back him up, one song at a time until we kind of became his full backup band. Then we started writing, and then he started backing us up, and he and our mom would tour with us during the summer, and when we weren't in school, and so that definitely got us started and got us in that mindset of, okay, this could be a career, this is what we're going to do, and this is how we do it.
Yeah, it probably also helps to just make being in front of people natural.
Yeah, for sure.
You just grow up doing it, and so it's not a problem.
Yeah. We went on our first little tour in 2005. It was like a 2-week long thing that we went through Nebraska. So we've been kind of doing this for a while.
Mm-hmm. And you were teens then?
Teens,
or something?
yeah.
16, I think.
I was
That's cool.
15. You were
13.
Born. Barely.
How did it happen that you all happened to choose different instruments, which is lucky because then you can make a band. If you all chose to play keys, then that might
Hannah
be
wouldn't let that happen.
Territorial.
Okay, you're you can play
we
anything
tried.
but keyboard.
When we tried, but can't touch it.
So did Hannah just tell you, okay, now you're going to play?
They wouldn't have listened.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like we should
funny.
each tell kind of our own story about our instrument, starting with the oldest.
All right. Well, when I was pretty small, I just wanted to play piano. I knew that was going to be my instrument, and my older brother actually played it first. And so I had to wait until he kind of did his thing, decided he didn't want to do piano anymore, and then my grandmother was like, hey, I'll pay for lessons. Who wants to learn? And I was like, me. Oh, I've been waiting. Oh, it's my turn. So just stuck with it since then.
Very good. Worked out.
We went to a music store downtown Fort Collins, and there was a mandolin on the wall, and Dad was just like, that's a really good price. I'll buy it if someone will learn it. And I don't even remember why I raised my hand, but I was like, well, I guess that'd
I
be
want to
cool.
be like Hannah.
Probably I was like, well, I better get in on this. And he was like, I remember him being like, Liza, do you want to learn it? And she was about like yay big. He was probably
Barely
like, this
born.
is more your size. And she was like, no, thanks. And I was like, well, I'll do it. And I hated it, and I almost quit. And the day that it came for me to decide, I remember just enough from like my mandolin lesson to play a little bit of a song before I went to my next one. I hated taking lessons. I was like, I'm not going to do this anymore. And I could play a little bit, and then I was like, wow, I think I want to do this for the rest of my life. And it was a pretty pivotal,
That's awesome.
life-changing moment.
Were you like 9?
Yeah, 10.
Cute.
Wow.
Adorable. Oh, the cutest.
Weird.
Yeah, did you?
I just followed suit and got a fiddle.
It was just the thing to do in your family.
Oh
at that
yeah,
point.
right?
It was
Like,
definitely
better play
it was
something.
definitely a fad.
And I was really jealous that Sarah got to play the violin because I was and am a huge tomboy, and I thought the violin was like a really like cool guy instrument. And then Dad's like, Liza, do you want to play the harp? And I was like, seriously? It's like the girliest instrument you could have picked, Dad. And he's like, I played
Harp's
in
not
college.
manly? I
No.
better stop playing.
Right?
Better pick
I'm
up
going
the violin.
Hand over your man card right
Apparently
now.
so.
Hand that over.
That's embarrassing.
So he suggested that because he had played it in college. So I played that for 7 years, and but I really liked tapping on stuff, and I really liked rhythm. So I got a hand drum when I was like 10, and then my kit when I was 13, and I just absolutely loved it. And I was like, forget the harp. I like hitting things.
When you're
with it.
13, you want to bang on
Exactly. I was like really like,
Angsty.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
you know, like that. So that's how we all started.
Cool. So we invite all our artists to bring us something. Shel brought us this sign. It's more like a statement, I guess. You know what? Is this like a mantra for you guys, or just?
It is.
Oh yeah,
It really
we have
is.
a bunch of number 1 rules for the van that we travel in.
Mm-hmm.
There's like stuff like no making out in the van,
Yep.
no whining,
No hitting the driver.
no hitting the driver.
That's a good
Everybody
one in every
who
vehicle.
gets in the van can only get in it while it's moving.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
the doors
That's
open,
kind of
and somebody's
except for the
driving,
driver.
You
The
know,
driver's the only one
Yeah.
that can get in while it's stopped.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like Little Miss Sunshiny. You're like driving by, you know, people are coming out of the gas station. Get in the car! Going like half a mile an hour.
Yeah.
It makes it
everybody's
feel
like,
So
and
it's
then,
very-
yeah.
it sounds like really dangerous, yet like
It's not really
oh my
dangerous.
gosh, we live on the edge.
It sounds
do that.
dangerous.
Yeah.
We're daredevils.
But-
Really.
I'm amazed we're still alive.
no whining though. So now there's no whining in the studio. So
Yeah,
thanks for
we
that.
figured it's relevant everywhere.
Yeah, it's kind of
In any work environment.
Yeah.
I agree. So no whining, folks. Thanks a lot for coming. We really enjoyed listening to you.
Oh, thanks for
And,
having us.
And good luck with your future endeavors. You're going to be back. Oh, mention that one show you're going to have back in
Yeah,
Chautauqua.
we're playing at Chautauqua in Boulder on November 8th.
Yes.
All
So
right.
that'll be super fun. There's a few tickets left for that. Yeah.
All right.
It's all up on the website, shellmusic.com. A show with 1 L.
And we're on Facebook and Twitter and
And Instagram
Yeah.
and YouTube.
and Spotify. You can now follow us.
Your mom does.
There's the plug right there. And in the meantime, after you've gone to all your websites, watch the videos at secondstorygarage.com.
Heck
Thanks
yes.
a lot.